Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas. Season 5, episode 17, Looks Are Deceiving. So it starts off with, y'all already know, Zatima, with Fatima showing Zach the picture of him and Karen. And let's just say Zach went off the hinges. Like, he's basically trying to, like, let her know, like, listen, this was a setup. Like, why would I be doing this? And, you know, all this back and forth bickering. And Fatima's, like, going at him, too. It's like, it's just a whole bunch of chaos and drama. And during that whole thing, Zach is like, she set me up. Trying to figure out why would she do all this stuff? Why she's being nice to me? Fatima's not buying it. She's just like, so if you didn't kiss her, like, why all this? He was like, listen, I didn't kiss her. She tried to hug me. And then it's like, but at the same time, Fatima's like, well, if that's if you said this and then this and this, it's like, it's a whole bunch of nonsense. Like, Angela, you messy for this. Like, So at this point now, Fatima's grabbing a hold of Zach's arm. And he basically had to, like, rectify her and, like, put in her place. Like, listen, remember we was at the gym, right? And you wanted me to let you go and you was mad. So, respectfully, I'm going to need you to respect my wishes and let me go. And she had, like, an attitude behind it, like, okay, fine, Zach. And Zach was like, he got to go figure this out because now it's like, who in their right mind will actually, you know, take the picture? I want to know who actually took the picture. Like, is this actually, like, they don't really say her, but is this Belinda? Because she's the only person that I know, well, I would say Heather, but then again, Heather's not really in the picture right now, that was, like, really knows that Karen does hair. And, like, that's the only person that's coming to mind. Or unless there's some other person that he messed with in the past that's really out for him. We don't know. But yeah, Zach is heated. Fatima's heated. And the drama. They will not let Fatima live in peace and be in their moment. And another thing, Fatima is killing this black dress and Zach is killing this orange shirt. Like, they were like a match made in heaven. Like, oh my gosh, just stunning, beautiful, black excellence. But anyways, let's continue on with the rest of this episode, okay? Okay, so moving right along. Bio finally shows up at Sabrina's house. And she basically tells him everything that's been going on with her. So, to my understanding, she's only been missing for like, a couple of days when she was in prison or jail, whatever the case may be. So she basically tells Bio everything that's what happened, how she got entangled with, you know, that Andy set up bail for her, and she lets him know that Maurice was with this guy, Q, of course, and now he got a bail for 1.5 million. Yeah, where she said that, he was like, wow, that's a lot. Like, but then again, she was telling him, and then he was like, that's not a good person. And all she took from it was like, he's homophobic. And he was like, no. The person that, you know, did the robbery, that was bad, and like, that's not a good look. In my country, we don't, like, we frown upon that. And basically, Sabrina was like, listen, Maurice is a good person. But Bayo was like, nah, that don't sit right with my spirit. And like, dang. And if he decides to run, I'm gonna be out on my money. So just face facts, no. You could tell Sabrina was about to cry and break down. Like, and you know what's crazy? Danny told her, like, that's not a good look. And look what happened. You back at square one. Like, not for nothing, Maurice kind of made this bed. And he gonna have to lie in it because, hey, he not trying to be so thirsty for some. He wouldn't have been in this situation. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you made your bed, you're going to have to lie in it. Like, who got that kind of money? First of all, Maurice is kind of hot-headed. He got a slick mouth. Like, why should somebody be there? Why should somebody, like, put forth that much money for you could, like, say something smart and use it against them? Like, no. I'm sorry. I know you love Maurice and all, but he just gonna have to sit there and do his time. And he better not also turn on you because, you know, he is the reason why all this stuff went down. Like, he got to be so sarcastic. He just got to make it about himself, and that's not cool. So now he just gonna have to sit and do the waiting game with that prosecutor, because ain't nobody got no money like that. I mean, why should I think to call Gary? But, you know, I don't know. For the fact that she actually thought about doing Zach to begin with, Zach is not even cool with y'all like that. He just know y'all through association, okay? Like, Sabrina, you was wrong for that. Like, yeah. So after that, he told her no. Bio wanted to take her out to dinner. She was like, yeah, I would love that, but you know, not right now. I'm focused on getting Maurice out. And he was like, so do you want me to go? She was like, yeah. Because now it's awkward, because it's like, you basically just called that man to use him for his money. And in the end, he said no. Now your feelings is hurt. Like, what you expect? You barely know this guy, and basically, Bio don't even know Maurice like that. So I could kind of see why he highly declined. Like, I don't know him from a can of paint. So make that make sense. So as he's leaving, lo and behold, Calvin's at the door. So yeah, that's like the most awkwardest situation thing ever between them three. Like, because ever since that restaurant when Bio punched Calvin, is like the tension is there. Like, for real. But yeah, let's continue. So Calvin and Sabrina is talking, and basically Calvin wants to know why Bio was there. So she tells him, like, listen, he was there because, you know, I was trying to ask him for money so he could get Maurice out, and he said no. So Calvin said he got about 20,000, and Sabrina has about 87,000. So they not even nowhere close by a long shot. And come to find out, Q done stole Maurice's car, been driving it around and sleeping in it. And Sabrina asked Calvin, has she heard from him? And he was like, no. And she was like, good. Yeah, because he's a menace. So basically, like I said, they back at square one, trying to figure out this situation. And they kind of like where I'm coming from. Like, if he would have never messed with this dude, they would have never be in this predicament that they're in now. But, you know, you gotta learn. You gotta live. Wait. I was about to say something, but you know, I forgot it. But like, whatever. You gotta learn your lessons from the mistakes that you make. Like, you made your bed, now you gotta lie in it. So, yeah. So, Robin comes to Andy's office and basically offers to take her out to drinks at the steam plant. She was kind of reluctant, but eventually he was like, listen, you owe me two expensive favors. Plus, you know, we're just co-workers having a drink. That's all it is. So she was like, hesitant, but she was like, okay. I'll meet you at the steam plant to have a drink. So then he was offered to, like, drive them together. She was like, I can drive myself. So you hurry up and go, and then I will meet you there. So they about to have drinks at the steam plant. Next, we got, oops, excuse me, sorry. We got Preston and Danny. So basically, Preston wants to marry Danny. Danny basically tells him, like, listen, I love you, I like you, but I don't want to marry you. It's like she got so much going on that she's literally making it difficult for herself to, like, love this man. But then again, at the same time, she's not opening up about her experiences. Like, she's literally harboring everything that she's been going through and what she's going through still, instead of opening up to a man who wants her. Like, if somebody told me, this man, or somebody personally, if a man told me he wants to marry me, Mind you, we been only knowing each other for like say a couple of months. I'ma say I will marry you, but we still gonna take it slow to get to feel each other out a little bit more. Like, y'all done did played house, y'all done did all this thing, and he done paid your rent, and he's still in the picture. Like, Danny, get it together. Like, you're making it so difficult for this man. Like, he really, 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 really loves you within that short amount of time, and you still mess around with these duds, and then you got one dud that did you wrong, but you still won't open up and tell this man like what really happened. And it's like it's triggering you that you know he's a good man, you know you want him in your life, but you're scared to like commit to him and only him and let him know what's really up. Like, you can tell when he decided to leave after he grabbed her to give her a kiss on the forehead. Like, she knows she felt guilty and she was in the wrong, because it's like, dang, this is all I wanted in a man and I got it. But it's like, But you know what I'm thinking? Maybe she thinks of it as she's always throwing this out there that they don't have that much in common. That's because you choose not to have anything in common with this man. Like, y'all remember when he was talking about that other girl, like they had so much in common. Like, you choose to put yourself in this category where you're not trying to get to know him. Like, he's willing to jump through hoops for you, learn this, and do all this stuff, and you just like stuck. Like, make it make sense. But you know, at this point, I'm kind of tired of this Danny situation. Like, Preston, go find you a girl that really wants you. If it just so happen to be Mindy, let it be. But Danny, you got to get it together. Like, come on now. You got to be more in tune and more focused on what you really want. Like, don't just keep stringing him along. Like, he's told you numerous times and he professed his love to you that this is what he wants to happen, and you just like, you stuck. Like, you on a plane that done broke down and can't be fixed. Like, that's just what it's given. But yeah, hopefully she comes to a realization and think about what she really wants. So, yeah. So, Zach finally shows up at the salon, and he asks Pam, like, where is Karen? And Pam was like, gone. This part is so funny to me. And he was like, go. Basically, Zach is not playing with Pam, and Pam was like, listen, you're not going to be making fun of my accent. But the way he said it was so funny. Like, oh my God. But anyways, Pam basically told him, like, listen, she's out with her man. So he was like, so you do know where she's at. So he picks up the salon phone, calls Karen's phone, because obviously she's not answering his phone calls. And Karen answers like, what's wrong now? And he was like, where are you at? She was like, I'm at the steam plant. And he was like, don't leave. So he gets off the phone, leaves. Pam answers like, listen, what's going on? Basically, Pam tells Karen that he's heated about a picture that was taken here in the salon, and he's on his way to see you. And Pam was like, listen, you better run, girl. Karen basically said, I'm not going nowhere, and you have a good night. So next we go to Karen and Aaron at the steam plant restaurant, and they're talking about what they want to eat for dinner. He's just gonna eat the steak, and she's gonna get the fish. So she basically let him know like what happened. Like, Zach's supposed to be coming through because of some incident or picture or whatever, and she don't have no clue what's it about. And he's basically like, is there a need for concern? She was like, I don't know, honestly, I don't know, but you know, I'm just giving you a heads up. We not leaving. We gonna stay and have a good time, because this is my first time actually being out without having to be on bed rest and without my mama in my business. So they gonna, you know, tough it out. So then we go back to Danny. She basically calls Andy and basically tells Andy, like, listen, Preston wants to marry me. And basically Andy's like, well, what's the issue? And basically, like I said, Danny got too much going on that all she want to do is, you know, I guess have sex and not think about the situations at hand. But she got to think about it, because not thinking about it is still a way of thinking about it. So basically Andy just lets her know, like, listen, you know, you got to figure some things out. Long story short, Danny tells Andy that she's going to just go to Sabrina's house. And she was like, that's fine, but you know, don't bring home nobody else to your house because you already know what happened with the last situation. So basically, it's kind of like Andy's throwing what happened to Danny in her face, and Danny's not here for it. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I don't know. Hopefully, them two could come to a conclusion and, you know, talk it out and see what the real problem is. Because, excuse me, I don't know. Okay, so now we have Andy and Robin at the bar at the Steve plant. And then we got Karen and Aaron sitting down in one of the booths waiting to get dinner. So I guess over her shoulder, Andy, she spots them and she goes over to the table and talks like, hey girl, so this is what you ran off to. She was like, yeah, Aaron decided to, you know, surprise me with dinner. And before she was about to leave, she's like, yeah, I'm about to have a drink. And before Andy was about to leave, she was like, here's the papers. She was like, I already signed it. So Andy was like, it wasn't, you was not supposed to sign it. I was supposed to look over it first. She was like, yeah, but it's okay. You can still look over it. So, excuse me, Andy decides to go back over to where Robin is. And then Karen was like, excuse me, I got to go talk to her real quick. So she talks to Andy. Basically, Karen thinks that Andy knows about what's going on and know why she was at the steam plant. And Andy was like, literally like, listen, I didn't know nothing about you being here. Robin basically invited me here. So, yeah, I don't know what you got going on. And it's kind of sad that she don't really trust her friend's judgment, all because, you know, of what happened with her Fatima. But still, that's still your friend at heart. You know her for how many plus years since college, right? Like, you automatically just going to, like, disregard everything she says, but she's always been there for you. But whatever, Karen. Whatever, Karen. So, after that, they talk and disperse. Andy goes back to the bar with Robin. They have some drinks. She starts texting one of her friends. She said, excuse me. And then next you know, Fatima. So I guess it was Fatima to begin with. So Fatima basically calls Andy, was like, listen. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of, you know, situation going around. And basically, come to find out, Zach is on his way. Fatima's like, for real? Like, how did she know? Basically, Andy is just as clueless as Karen is at this point. So, after getting off the phone with them, Fatima's supposed to call her back. And Robin eventually orders some drinks and whatever. He also wants to have dinner with them. They make a toast to for I guess fresh start, boundaries for him keeping his job, the first start of forgiveness, and so on. And then next we got Fatima back at her house with Angela. They talking about how Fatima's still upset, talking about how Zach stormed off and left, and that he's on his way to the steam plant to go to speak to Karen. And basically, Angela was just messy with it. Like, I want to know who the girl is that sent Angela that picture. Like, you had to have known who Fatima was and who Zach was to actually know to send it to the right person. Like, make it make sense. So, anyway, Fatima's talking about it and stuff like that. And Fatima got to the point like, listen, I'm not about to sit here. We about to go down to the steam plant. So, yeah, she gets up and go, and Angela's supposed to drive with her. Go. Next, we got Danny finally shows up at Sabrina's house, and while she's there, Calvin's there. Eventually, he decides to leave because they don't have, like, that relationship that they thought they had when Sabrina was locked up or whatever. So, he leaves, and she was, like, starts talking to him, and she was like, so, how did this situation go with Bio? She was like, long story short, Bio said no. He was like, yeah, I kind of figured that. And then she ended up drinking the wine that Sabrina supposedly had poured for Calvin. Next and last but not least, we got Zach finally pulling up to the steam plant. He's talking to her. Karen, he is super heated. He wants to know why was there a picture taken of him, who took the picture, and all the other stuff. And Aaron is basically telling him, like, listen, calm down. We're in an establishment. We're about to have dinner. He was like, listen, I'm not talking to you. Stop effing talking to me. And he just goes off. He ends up grabbing Karen. And that's when Aaron gets into it. And next you know, they're in the tussle. Then you got Andy coming in from the other side. And then you got Fatima and Angela finally coming into the thing. And that was it. Like, whew. It's a lot going on. I can't wait to see what happens next week's episode. I know this was kind of long. But yeah, y'all let me know the thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, do y'all feel like we're going to find out the person who actually took that picture? Do you feel like Karen really set up Zach to be messy? I don't know. Do you think really Fatima blowing it out of proportion? I don't know. There's so much going on. There's so much to unpack. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. And y'all stay tuned for the next one. Bye.